Sometimes you wanna give up, 'cause you're tired and fed up, but joy comes in time. Don't get weary, you gotta endure, 'cause one day you'll suffer no more. Just hold on to his hand and let him give you peace. Let his wisdom give you guidance. Give all your worries to him. I'm trying to tell you, 'cause I've been there, and by his grace I'm still here. 'Cause you got to hold on. Don't you get weak, you can hold on. Don't you give up, be strong. You don't have to cry, hold on. We can make it.
I know that the fire can get deep, and it can seem like every part of you is weak, but that's when he is strong. Just know it won't be long. Don't be hasty, it's a marathon.
Just hold on to his hand and
Let him give you peace.
let his wisdom give you guidance.
Give all your worries to him. Don't get weary, 'cause I've been there, and by his grace I'm still here. 'Cause you got to
Hold on,
don't you get weak, you can
hold on.
You're gonna make it.
Be strong.
You don't have to cry.
Hold on. We can make it. Hold on. Hold on. Be strong. Hold on. Hold on. Be strong. Yeah. 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 'Cause he said in his word, hold on. Cast your cares upon him. Hold on. Hold on. Be strong. We can make it. Hold on. Hold on. You can make it. Hold on. Gotta believe it. Be strong. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Just hold on. Hold on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Be strong. We can make it.
Woolly Main production.
At first light, right before the sunset, beheld with my own eyes. Ah, but what a blessing! It's a new moon, the first crescent. We gon' share some mirth and some gladness. Ain't nobody stressing. Look, I was too focused on the ways of men. Had to refocus, turn my ways to him. Let's get it right, we ain't afraid of men. The kingdom is the goal, and yes, we aim to win. Our fathers watched to see the month begin. There must be light to see was groping, trying to make it in. Father, forgive us for this sin, cause we didn't know no better. Glad our fathers kept a record, this cannot be severed. Not the conjunction or the fool, it was in those letters. Not one jot, no one tittle, by the law we fed it. We'll probably get the kingdom faster if we work together. Glorified and it will never.
We celebrate. Yo, big ball. Don't get Yo. Well, we celebrate. And I want to take the opportunity right now to say all praise be to Yahweh, Bahasham, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah. I'm going to say that one more time. All praise be to Yahweh, Bahasham, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah. Hey, we bless. The spirit of one of my dear brothers, Zabak, I want to say, and we gonna do it. Check it out, this is how we gonna do it. On the count of 3, I want y'all to say, Shalam Yasharahla. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and drop it, baby. New moon. It's a new moon.
And y'all know what it is. Another Willie Main production.
Beheld with my own eyes. Ah, but what a blessing. It's a new moon. The first crescent. We gon' share some mirth and some gladness. Ain't nobody stressing.
I tell my Akim Shalom as we pour around the drinks. We could look up in the sky and know exactly what he thinks. It's a new moon, a celebration. The Kaaba or the Trula that's before me is the only temptation. Tonight we do it right, so call up all the tribes to see my 5th shot like the book of Deuteronomy. Hey, these laws are part of me, and I get ruled with wicked Jews like Nehemiah. You gon' have to pardon me. Khan. Just look at what we built together. Our haters probably couldn't imagine the better successor. But all praises go to Yah, cause we don't worship men. You know that Jake's always late, let them brothers in. A holy feast, so you know we came dap it down. Menorah chains, yellow diamonds with a golden crown. Yeah, Howard Shy got our hand, he ain't gon' let us drown. We get it cracking once you hear them trumpets sound.
At first light, right before the sunset, beheld with my own eyes. Ah, but what a blessing. It's a new moon. The first crescent. We gon' share some mirth and some gladness. Ain't nobody stressing.
Testing. Hi, everyone. So good to see everyone. Shalom. Y'all happy today? Are y'all happy to be here today, tonight, on our new moon? All praises to the Most High. So let me see what All right, we're going to do something a little different. We want y'all to have a little fun with us today. Y'all ready? AV, y'all ready for my, if I need it to be turned up a little bit?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, all praises. Come on, clap with us. Y'all repeat after me. Say, I don't know what you came to do. 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 But I came to clap happy. shout for joy. I came to do my dance, 'cause I'm happy, 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 yeah. Happy, 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 yeah. Say I'm happy, 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 yeah. Happy, 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 yeah. I came to clap my hands. I came to clap my hands. Cause you came to clap your hands. You came to clap your hands. We came to lift him up. I said we came to lift him up. We came to shout for joy. We came to shout for joy. What? 'Cause we're happy, 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 yeah. Happy, 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 yeah. Say I'm happy, 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 yeah. I don't know what you came to do. 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 'Cause I came to clap my hands. I came to clap my hands. I came to jump for joy. I came to jump for joy. Oh, come on. Happy, 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 happy. 'Cause I'm happy, 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 yeah. Happy, 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 yeah. Said I'm happy, happy, said I'm happy, yeah. Happy, 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 yeah. Come on, do y'all dance. Let me see what y'all got. Hey, come on, True Nation Ensemble. Do your little two-step. Hey, go on, Shahar. Happy, 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 yeah. Happy, happy, yeah. All praises to the Most High. Woo! We happy to be in the Most High's presence. You ready for the word? I just gotta let you know that you've been so good to me. And I know that I can't do it by myself. I need your love so desperately. It's been times I wanted to give up, but your words, they spoke to me. Fill my spirit, help me to believe, but sometimes I still get weak.
I need you to fill me up, fill me up, until I overflow, the keeper of my way. I need you to fill me up, fill me up. I need your love always, so I won't go astray, the keeper of my way. I know you know my thoughts, I know you know my flaws. Your love fills up every empty part of me that was hiding for so long. The love of my life, now I've evolved. I wanna be what you want, and by your strength I'll break down every wall. I need you to fill me up, fill me up, until I overflow. you feel me, say.
If you feel me, say yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me hear you say yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I need you to fill me up, fill me up,
Fill me up
until I overflow. Keep her on my way.
keep her on my way.
I need you to fill me up, fill me up.
Lord, I need you.
I need your love always, so I won't go astray. The keeper of my
Keep
way.
her on my way. Ooh, you're the keeper of my way.
Shalom. Happy Sabbath and happy new moon. Thanks for tuning in, those people who are online. All praises to the Most High. Today is not only our weekly Sabbath, but it's the new moon. It's the 5th new moon, so we're very, very excited about that. The new moon is a time of the month to where we can renew our spirits, right? That's how intelligent the Most High is. We don't have to wait months and months on for the next feast day. We're always being renewed in the spirit every week with the Sabbath day, and then once a month with the new moon as well, right? So all praises to the Father for that. Please like and share the message right now. Those people who are online, and if you would do the same, definitely appreciate it. Want to get the word out. My name is Brother BanaYah. To my left is, and to my right is
Yasharahla.
my bishops, my brothers and my bishops, right? Family first. So that's tonight's lesson. It's called Family First, all right? So how many people, before you came into the truth, that's the motto you used to live by in the world? All praises to the Most High, right? It was all about family, and then we even had people who weren't immediate relatives. They became family because they proved themselves, right? Well, the Most High is into the same thing, right? So all praises. Let's get the first precept. Let's go to Amos 3:1 and 2. And set the stage with this. Because as far as the Most High is concerned, there's a process to become real family in this thing. Before you become a co-heir and get the kingdom and, you know, share rulership with Yahushua, there's some prerequisites that have to be taken upon us, right? It's not for everybody, even though Yahushua died for what? He died for the whole nation, right? But then there's something called a remnant, okay? There's something called the elect, all right? So that's what we're dealing with as far as real family, and we'll get that in the scripture. Go ahead.
Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Everybody?
O children of Israel.
Time.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Read that again from the top, verse 2.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Right, so the Most High, he's saying, look, you only, out of all the nations and races that I've created, only you do I know like that. Only you do I deal with like that on an intimate and a passionate level. I actually care about the things that you do, and I also care about the things that you don't do. Okay, read on.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
And how many of us know that's true? We see the judgments of the Most High on a daily basis, right? Judgments are happening as we speak. Sirens are going off in the United States as we speak right now because he's punishing the children of Israel that disobey his laws and commandments. Would you agree with me tonight? All praises to the Most High. So this is a generalization. He's saying I'm dealing with you as a whole, Israel, right? But let's get the next precept. Let's go to Proverbs 8 and 17. Remember, I brought up a word called a prerequisite. Does anybody know what that definition means? Prerequisite. How many people went to college before? Before you actually got that degree or that piece of paper, you had to take some classes, right? Right? And those classes were, mandatory. Before you actually got that degree or that certificate, they were prerequisite classes, right? Same thing with the Most High. There's things that you got to do before you become real family, all right? So let's get Proverbs 8 and 17.
Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 17. I love them that love me.
Oh, stop right there. See, the Most High, he said, look, I love them that love me. What is love, true nation? It's the keeping of the commandments. All praises to the Most High. So read it again.
I love them that love me.
So the Most High said, look, I love them that love me. The ones that keep my commandments and obey me, I love you.
Ain't no unconditional love, bro.
Right. And it ain't no unconditional love like the bishop said, right? So look, I love them that love me. I'm going to meet you halfway when you meet me halfway. I'm going to reciprocate the same energy that you give me. Is that fair? Yes, it is. Read on.
And those that seek me early shall find me.
And those that seek the Most High early shall find him. Not only early in the morning, but early in your life, right? You don't want to give the Most High all this baggage and you know, when you're all beat up and you're not ready to be a servant anymore, you're on your deathbed and things of that nature. Let's serve him while we're young and while it's early in our life when you get this truth, right? All right, so we got that, right? I love them that love me. Drop down to verse 36.
Verse 36, but he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death.
Read that part again at the end.
All they that hate me love death.
See, and that's how the Most High is moving, all right? So we got the good part in verse 17. I love them that love me. I'm going to treat you good when you obey, right? But those that sin, because the wages of sin is what? He says, so when you hate me, by default, you hate the Most High when you don't keep his laws and commandments. So he says you love death, all right? That's heavy right there, all right? So we got to remember that. So that's a night and day comparison right there. So we got to keep that in mind, right? It's not just being an Israelite. It's not just having a bloodline and a lineage. It goes beyond that to become not only a friend, but family, right? So let's get the next precept. Give me John 14. John 14. We're going to start at verse 21.
John chapter 14 and verse 21. He that hath my commandments and keepeth them, he it is that loveth me. And he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father, and I will love him and will manifest myself to him.
So the Most High said, look, when you do what I said, you keep these laws and commandments, I love you, my son loves you, we love you, and we're going to make ourselves manifest to you, right? We're going to expose ourselves to you. We're going to start giving you the secrets, all right? We're going to start having you understand proper doctrine, okay? We're going to shield you with protection. You got angels following you around. You got benefits, right? Read on.
Judas saith unto him, not Iscariot.
So this isn't Judas Iscariot, read.
Lord, how is it that thou wilt manifest thyself unto us and not unto the world?
So how are you going to why us, Father? Why not the whole world? That's the same thing the Christian church say. Why not everybody? You talk to some Israelites, you tell them that they're the chosen seed, and guess what they do? They ask you about the white man, right? But why not the whole world? Read on.
Yahushua answered and said unto him, if a man love me, he will keep my words, and my Father will love him, and we will come unto him and make our abode with him.
So that word abode means we're going to make our home, all right? We're going to have a special circumstance with you. It's a special relationship, right? All praises to the Most High. So that was the answer that he said, because Judas asked a question. Why not everybody? Well, basically, this verse is saying everybody doesn't keep the commandments. That's why, Judas. Go ahead, read on.
He that loveth me not keepeth not my sayings.
So we already know that to be true. If you don't love the Father, you're not going to keep his commandments. Read.
And the word which ye hear is not mine, but the Father's which sent me.
And that's the beautiful thing about Yahushua. He only did the will of the Father. He never moved on his own accord. And that's the same thing that we need to do in this truth. Let's do the will of the Father and not do your own thing, all right? You start winging it, you start going astray. Things don't go the way they're supposed to when you don't stick to the blueprint, right? All praises. So let's move on from there. So we see this prerequisite, and it has to do everything with obedience, right? So let's get 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra chapter 8. So up until this point, the path to becoming a family with the Most High, Yahushua, the body, it has to do with obedience to the commandments. That's plain to see. So let's get 2nd Ezra. We're going to get 8, and let's get 1 and 3.
2nd Ezra chapter 8, verse 1. And he answered me, saying, The Most High have made this world for many.
Right. So this world, the population, I believe, the last time I checked, it's about 8 billion people, right? That's a lot of people, right? But that's this world right here. Read on.
But the world to come for few.
Read that part again.
But the world to come for few.
The world to come is for a few, right? It's for a remnant, all right? Israel is numbered as the sand of the sea. That's what the Bible tells us in Hosea 1 and 10, and then it repeats itself in the book of Romans in chapter 9, right? But it said, guess what? The world to come is for a few compared to the population that's there now, all right? So this should be alarming. This should be alarming to us, right? This should have us on our A's, B's, C's, dotting I's, crossing T's, the whole nine, right? All praises to the Father. So we need to take this thing serious. Verse 3, read.
I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras.
My bad, I drop down to verse 3.
Verse 3. There be many created.
So there have been many souls created since the beginning, right? People have died and come back and you know, they've been regenerated, all right, since long ago. But go ahead.
But few shall be saved.
So that world to come, in verse 1, this is what it's talking about in verse 3. But few shall be saved. We're dealing with salvation, right? Everybody talk about heaven and being saved. And, you know, it was a saying in the Christian church, I've been saved all day, right? No evil have I done. Well, that sounds like cap to me. You know what I'm saying, right? Because when you come to know that you're an Israelite and you come to know what true repentance is, it's a process, right? You don't just become perfect like Yahushua. But look, every day, week, month, year that you're in this truth, we should be progressively getting better, right? Not taking 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. But we shouldn't be the same as we were this time last year, all right? But the world to come is for a few. So that's what we're dealing with. That doesn't sound like is all Israel gonna make it according to the scripture? No, there's not, all right? So my next precept, Salakia, next precept, 2nd Ezra 9. So let's stay in 2nd Ezra, flip over to the next chapter. Let's get verse 18.
2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 18. And now when I prepared the world, which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in that now live, no man spake against me.
No man spake against the Most High at this time, right? He said, before I prepared the world. Because you don't actually have to say things to the Most High verbally. It's how you act. That's how you treat the Most High, with your actions, right? Or your conversation. Not just the things that come out of your mouth. Your actions are a conversation. So read that part again, King.
And now when I prepared the world, which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in that now live.
Right, even for us, read.
No man spake against me.
So the amount of evil that you see going on through the world and the disobedience and the sin, it wasn't happening back then at this time, right? Because there's a lot of people speaking against the Most High as we speak right now. They're out there speaking. When you walk out this door and you see somebody buying and selling on the Sabbath day, that's speaking evil against the Most High. That's coming against the Most High, all right? That's causing yourself to be an enemy against the Most High, all right? Read on.
For then everyone obeyed. But now the manners of them which are created in this world that is made are corrupted by a perpetual seed.
See, it says, for then everyone obeyed. Before the Most High had to destroy this place by water. You guys remember that? All right, he flooded this whole earth and only 8 people were saved, right? And then he repopulated the earth. So before then, before corruption, all right, before sin and death entered with the disobedience of, Eve, Adam, right? Everybody was doing what they supposed to, all right, as a creation, being submissive and obedient to the Father. He said, but now, read that part again.
For then everyone obeyed. But now the manners of them which are created in this world that is made are corrupted by a perpetual seed.
A perpetual seed of evil, read.
And by a law which is unsearchable, rid themselves.
Read.
So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were coming to it.
Right. So all the devices that have come into this world, homosexuality, bestiality, and so on and so forth. I don't need to keep going, right? The peril means the danger, right? That's being mentioned in 2 Timothy chapter 3. When you go from verse 1 all the way to 8 or 9. It tells you that in the last days, the world, it's going to be perilous times. It's dangerous out there, right? If you make it home tonight, all praises to the Heavenly Father. Don't take that for granted, right? You got to thank the Most High for everything, all right? And the scriptures tell us, let everything that has breath do what? Praise. You can say it better than that. Come on, Israel. Let everything that has breath do what?
Praise you, the Lord.
Let's praise the Most High, because that's what we're going to do. But let's get the next verse. Read.
Verse 21, and I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster.
See, the Most High, he said, you know what? I've been issuing a lot of grace and a lot of mercy, all right? I haven't been putting people to death instantly like I did in the Old Testament. I've been exercising patience, long-suffering, empathy, sympathy, kindness, right? And my people are still not listening. Because in the book of Job, it speaks about the Most High saying, you know what? I speak once and they don't perceive that I'm speaking to them. They don't hear me though, right? And he said, but I speak again. And it's amazing how the Most High, he knows his creation. Not only does he know his creation, but he knows his people. He knows that we're rebellious and stiff-necked and all the above, right? But read on.
And have kept me a grape of the cluster.
He said, but all the while I've kept a grape of the cluster. How many people have had grapes or cherries recently, right? When you go get that bag or you pick that tree, all right, it's a cluster, right? It may be 25 grapes, it may be 30, but it's a big cluster, right? It's a lot of them, right? And when you pick one grape off that cluster, do you understand the ratio that the Most High is talking about? He said, I've kept a grape of the cluster, right? My son died for Israel, but I'm keeping a remnant. All right, that's a small portion. Read on.
And a plant of a great people.
And a plant of a great people, right? Because according to the Bible, we are trees, right? Men are trees, right? And trees are supposed to bear what? Bear fruit, all right? All praises. Verse 22.
Let the multitude perish then.
Read that again.
Let the multitude perish then.
This is the Almighty God saying, guess what? Outside of that remnant, outside of that grape, outside of the family, right? He said the rest of y'all could die. No, let's process that, Israel. We're not just going to read and skip over that. This is the Heavenly Father in his words that holy men have written down. All right, these are the thoughts of the Father. Read the top again, King.
Let the multitude perish then.
That's what he said. Israel, you don't want to keep the commandments? The Most High said, look, the heck with you. Read on.
Which was born in vain.
See? Let's not be a casualty, Israel. All right? Let's not be born in vain. Read.
And let my grape be kept. And my plant.
Right.
For with great labor have I made it perfect.
So when you're dealing with friends of the Most High and family, we want to be this grape and we want to be that plant that the Most High is talking about right here. All right? The Most High is communicating with Ezra, and Ezra is confounded just as much as I am right now. Did God really say that? Yes, he did. Why wasn't this read in the Christian church? All right? We would have been a lot more serious about things, a lot more intent about things, right? But again, he said, for with great labor have I made it perfect. Again, let's talk about how the Most High has given us that mercy. That's the labor that he's talking about, to build you up from the wicked man or the wicked woman that you were to the holy man or woman that you are right now. That's a great labor, right? All praises to the Most High. The same labor, all praises to the Father. The same labor that it takes for you to raise children. Is that not hard work, women? The daughters of Zion know raising kids, it's not for the weak. right? You got 18 years to really set a foundation. And sometimes a lot of our, children stay with us, all praises to the Father. So sometimes you got a little bit more time than that. But generally speaking, you got 18 to 21 years to build, all right, in righteousness. All right? To do what the Most High have done with us, all right? For with great labor have I made it perfect, right? And we're becoming perfect as we speak right now. All right? All praises. So let's get another one. Salakia, man, this phone is just crazy. So now we're finding out what it takes to become family, what it takes to become co-heirs, right? We don't want to be in friend zone with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? How does it feel? Have you ever, let me give a quick illustration. I remember a lot of times where I will be waiting for the next game, the next basketball game at the local park, right? And, when you're a playmaker, when you a scorer, when they know who you are and you show up to the park and you see BanaYah, he don't got to worry about getting picked. You see what I'm saying? The game is over. Okay, BanaYah, I got Tazawan, I got Wooty Woo. Hey, how does it feel not to be picked? You thought you were good enough to make the team, but the brother looked past you and he was like, you know what? I want Poke, I want BanaYah, I want, and you up here like, and you don't get picked. How does that feel when the Most High don't choose you or pick you? You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what we're dealing with. So let's not take it for granted, the fact that you've already been picked. The Most High already got your jersey made with your name, Yasharahla, on the back. You know what I'm saying? And your favorite number, you feel me? But you got that surname that's mentioned in Isaiah 45, right? Yasharahla, all right? All praises to the Father. So the Most High, we've already been drafted, so let's show the Most High our worth. Let's show the Most High our spiritual skill set. Let's score a basket. Let's give an assist and bring somebody into the truth. You feel me? That's what we're trying to do. All right, so let's get John chapter 15. John chapter 15, we're going to go verse 16.
John chapter 15, verse 16. Ye have not chosen me.
See, this is Yahweh speaking. Read that again, King.
Ye have not chosen me.
So we didn't choose to do this. You didn't choose to be righteous. It seems like you were selected. It seems like you were chosen. All right, read on.
But I have chosen you and ordained you.
And ordained you. Not just chose you, but I chose you for a reason to put this work in. I chose you for a reason to build my kingdom. Right? Read.
That ye should go forth and bring forth fruit. And that your fruit should remain. That whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you.
So we have those benefits, right? When our fruit remains, we have access to the Father, all right? You don't have to pick up the phone and dial and nobody answering, all right? When you pick up that spiritual phone with your prayer life and you tap in with the Father, you're going to get an answer. That's only if your fruit remains, though, right? All right, go ahead.
These things I command you, that ye love one another.
Right, and we're doing that right now. We're loving one another because we're keeping the commandments. But read the next verse.
If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
How many people, raise your hand. Let me get a quick consensus. If you ever known without a shadow of a doubt that somebody hates you, raise your hand right now. Man, hey. Everybody should be raising their hand because Esau hates you to death. But even more so, it's sad to say a lot of our own people hate us though, right? And I was meditating the other day, and I saw a title of this video. And it was illustrating how much the spiritual attacks are becoming more prevalent. They're becoming more consistent. That scripture that says Satan is going back and forth and to and fro on the earth to see who he could devour, That's a real thing right now. You know what I'm saying? More people are falling out the truth than ever. All right? And when you look at the news and you read the newspapers, the death is becoming at an all-time high. Like, it's just crazy. And I mean, we can even focus on the rap industry. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing so many rappers and the oath that they made on the left-hand side with Satan, whether they known it or not. You feel me? That's why the Most High is knocking them off left and right. Not only is it major, prominent, big-time rappers, but it's a lot of little rappers that you never even heard of that's getting knocked off. Like, the Most High is not playing right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's a real thing. It's a real thing. But I said all that to say this. The world is beginning to despise and hate us now. I'm going to repeat that. Because I don't know if a lot of you are feeling or being in this situation. A lot of the world, whether they be other nations or Israelites, are becoming more irritated with us. They're beginning to hate us. All right? That's just what it's going to come to, right? They hated Yahushua. Why would he have been crucified and killed, an innocent man? That's what it's coming to. All right? When I mean, it's something else. In my building, when I come outside or my wife come outside, I'm at the point to where I got to walk her to the wash house, the laundromat, because I don't feel safe no more. Like, it's been, when you come into this truth, that divide begins to come with some family members. You know what I'm saying? Not all of them, because I don't want to make our immediate family enemies. That's not what we're doing. But for some of our family members, it's a good thing. They're taking heed. They're listening. Some of them are coming into the truth. But for other family members, a line has been drawn in the dirt, in the sand. It's a separation, right? All right? Brothers like that know, you know, in here. Brothers have experienced that. And it's amazing because you get excited. I've been in my building a long time. You get excited. I ran around the whole doggone building, giving True Nation literature to everybody. So everybody know where I stand. I live in a building with over 200 units, right? So everybody know where I stand. But when they see me, it's like, it seems like they're looking at an enemy. I could feel the tension when I come out my door. Wow. All right? Earlier this week, the lights went out. So we had what is it called when? We had a blackout. We had a power outage. All right? And for some reason, I thought it was, you know, it's normally an hour or 2 hours. So the Most High, it's crazy because I was supposed to work at one of my jobs, right? But for some reason, the Most High didn't have me go, all right? I went to the other job, right? So guess what? Long story short, we're going to get it back to the scripture. But this is a real thing because the world hates us. It was a blackout. I got home at about 2 to 2:30, so she was like, you know what? The refrigerator been off for X amount of hours already. You know what I'm saying? So we bought a generator about a year ago. So I was like, I'm always in the spirit thinking, you know, progressive. I was like, oh, okay, this is a perfect time. The Most High, like, you know, Jacob's trouble practice. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm on. So I just, you know, bust out the generator. You know what I'm saying? You know, charged the battery, hooked it up, got the fridge going. You know, we, you know, put in a couple USB cords. You know, hooked up a couple iPads, a couple phones. It was all good, right? All the people were congregating in we have a section, you know that section, where it's all the, all the chairs and things of that nature. So they start kumbayaing all of a sudden. You feel me? The same people that we wave and try to, you know, we waved ourselves to death for the most part. And most of our neighbors, no, seriously, 80% of our neighbors, they don't wave back anymore. They're already intent on where they at, how they feel about us. It is what it is. So, you know, I don't care. You know, it is what it is. But we do have a couple that have been nice and, you know, pleasant to us. Long story short, they was all kumbayan. You know, that's how the world is. A big earthquake happened, a tragedy happened, a blackout happened. Now they unified. So we come out. You know, and I have my little bag. You know, for those of you who know what I'm talking about, I have my little bag on me. We had a little, all praises. You know, so a lot of them looked puzzled, but I made sure that I wasn't a threat. Nothing was showing, but I had my little bag. We had our little flashlights. Not as I had his flashlights, he had, and you would not believe how many people are not prepared for situations like this. Our whole building, we were the only ones with light. We had each room lit with the candles, you know, and people was looking at us, and I felt some kind of envy. I ain't gonna lie, I felt hated on. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm serious. And, you know, and it just goes beyond, you know, the point that I'm trying to make, though. Because I know it's spiritual more than anything. It wasn't just about the candles, us being prepared, having a generator, me having my little bag, and, you know, trying to be a responsible man. That wasn't it. Like, y'all been hating. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because, like, what's that song Yasharahla sings? It's the Christ in me. All right? So when you get hated on, it's the Yahweh or the Christ in you. And you just got to remember that. All right? So I don't mean to go off like that, but I just thought that would be interesting. You know what I'm saying? Don't be surprised when you get that hate. You know what I'm saying? All praises. All praises. But the good thing is, you know, it was crazy how many people went to the store the next day, got their little candles, and came back with their little, you know, grocery bag. Y'all wasn't prepared, though. You know what I'm saying? But that made them even hate me more, you know, according to the scriptures, that envy, like my sister says. So let's go back to John 15 and
Verse
18. Let's read 18 again.
Verse 18. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
Let's see why, though, in the next verse. Read.
If ye were of the world would love his own.
If you were of the world would love you. Does the world love LeBron James? Yes, they do. Do they love Denzel Washington? Yes, they do. Why? Because that's their own. They do what the world does. They don't speak this truth. They haven't chosen a narrow path. You see what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. I don't got to keep naming lists of actors and so on and so forth, but from Kobe Bryant to all the top names in any industry, movie industry, sports industry, you name it, right? John Singleton, Spike Lee, it doesn't matter, all right? They're a part of the world, so the world loves them, but the world doesn't love you. That's what you got to understand. Read 19 again.
If ye were of the world would love his own.
Right.
But because ye are not of the world.
But because you're not of the world, read.
But I have chosen you out of the world. Therefore the world hateth you.
So that's why. Because the Most High said, I picked you on my side. You're on my team. Guess what? The world hates you. That's it. Period. All right? Is that understood? Does everybody get that? Does everybody not get it, but do you accept it? Do you accept it? All praises to the Father. Because that's really what the Most High want to know. Is you really riding with me? All right? Are my enemies your enemies? And that's what I love about this brother. He has that same narrative. Like, you know what I'm saying? You either going to ride all the way or you, look, don't be half-stepping. Don't be in and out. You know what I'm saying? A double-minded man is what? He's unstable in all his ways. Pick a side. You feel me? Let's not become friends, but let's become what? Family. Let's become family. Family first. All praises. So let me get to it. I got a little bit left. I don't want to keep you guys for too long. Matthew 10. I'm excited, y'all. How many could tell I'm excited? All praises. Hey, I want a couple of y'all to know, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to, you know, smile and laugh at your brother a little bit. You know, he a little turned up, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's for the right reason, and I'm sober. I ain't on nothing. I ain't on no drugs. You feel me? I'm on the spirit. You feel me? You know? Yeah, so let's get Matthew 10. Let's get 34.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I am come not to send peace, but a sword.
See, so that's Yahweh. He said, I didn't come to send peace, right? I came to divide and separate, to sever, all right? Read on.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
So the word variance means I've come to set you guys at odds, all right? I'm coming between some of y'all. Same thing. It was a great illustration that Bishop brought out. This brother has a twin, and as much as he has poured into his twin up until this point, because we want to be positive. We want to be optimistic. But up until this point, the Most High has only chosen him. And they're blood twins. So let's understand that. You know what I'm saying? Identical, not fraternal. All right? How many seen his twin at the Selah Soul event? All praises. How many of us agree that if they had on the same clothing and shoes, that you probably would have made a mistake? Right. Right. Identical. All right. Con. Yeah. Hopefully you come on in though. Real talk. All praises. All praises. And off topic, real quick. But those are important moments when we bring friends and family. As the body, we got to be on our best behavior to make it an inviting atmosphere, an inviting environment. This brother brought his wife. First time. Clap it up. All praises. But guess what? Whether you know it or not, whether you're having a bad day or not, impressions are being made. People are determining whether they're going to rock with their husband or their wife or their brother or sister, depending on the atmosphere that you create. So let's remember that in the spirit, all right? All praises. So let's get the next verse, King.
Verse 36. And a man foes shall be they of his own household.
Right, we're experiencing that right now, off the rip, right? Whether it's your immediate household or whether it's your Israelite family as a nation. Read on.
He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth not after me is not worthy of me.
So we see the narrative that the Most High is setting. I mean, it's clearly a line drawn between his holy nation, between the nation that he caused his son to die for, right? He said, look, these are my people, Israelites that keep the commandments and obey on this side, and Israelites of my nation and my bloodline that don't obey and do what they want to do. All right? It's going to be sheep on the right, and it's going to be what on the left? It's going to be goats on the left. All right? So let's remember that. It's a distinction being drawn. Okay? So guess what? Those goats, even though they're family by lineage, you're not really family like that according to the Most High. Because he said, my family is those who do what I tell them to do. You see what I'm saying? So that's how we're going to become more than friends. That's how we're going to become family to the Father, right? Family first. Let me get the next precept real quick. Let's get Romans 9:27. Romans 9:27.
Romans chapter 9, verse 27. Esaias also crieth concerning Israel.
Right, so Esaias is who? Isaiah, right? That's a prophet. He's a major prophet. Read it again.
Esaias also crieth concerning Israel.
Right, so the prophets that cry concerning Israel, they're crying again right now concerning this same nation. All right, read on.
Though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved.
Read that last part again, though.
Though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea.
Though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, how many people could go to any beach and start counting the kernels of sand and have an accurate number? None of us can do that, right? So we're innumerable across the earth, right? North, south, east to west. So it's countless Israelites. But what did the Most High say at the end?
A remnant shall be saved.
A remnant shall be saved. A few of y'all going to be saved according to that astronomical number. Only a few. All right? And we're in the running to be that few up until this point right now. We're in the running, right? It's like having a spiritual lottery ticket. The Most High, like, you know what I'm saying? The first part is you've chosen. That's half the battle. Now what are we going to do from there? You know what I'm saying? It's up to us, right? So a remnant shall be saved. Let's get the next precept real quick. Romans 11 and 5.
Romans 11, verse 5. Even so then, at this present time also, there is a remnant according to the elect of grace.
Even so at this present time, when this was written, and also now as we speak, the Most High said, there is a remnant according to the election of grace. All right? All Israel has not been elected for salvation. All right? I'm going to repeat that. Every Israelite has not been elected for salvation. All right? But up until this point, guess what? We're family. All right? We're out of the friend zone. So let's clap it up for that at least, right? Because I'm not going to get up here and lie like a Christian pastor and tell you, we saved already. The Bible doesn't fit that narrative. All right? It says we have to endure to the end to be saved, right? Let me get verse 7, King.
What then? Israel had not obtained that which hath seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
So we're going to read that again, because I don't think I want it to hit our spirit. So read 7 again, King.
What then?
What then? Okay? He's asking a question. Remember what I just said. He said, what then, right? Go ahead.
Israel had not obtained that which it seeketh for.
So every Israelite have not obtained that ultimate heaven, that ultimate kingdom, that rulership. All right? Read.
But the election hath obtained it.
But the election have obtained it already, even though they don't know who they are. All right? It's crazy how the Most High is just subliminal like that. We don't know, but he knows. It's crazy how some of us in here, you're sitting amongst the elect. I would like to think that it's all of us. I'm going to be optimistic. All right? I want all of us to go. Like Bishop Tazaiwan, if it be the will of the Most High. But, man, when you look at it's a numbers game. When you look at the odds and how the Most High work, it might be a few of us up in here that don't make it. It might be some of us up in here that do, but I hope we all make it, right? Because I don't want to send out no, you know what I'm saying? But we just dealing with reality. My job is to tell you the truth, right? The Bible say the truth is going to set us free, all right? He said, but the elect have obtained it, and what?
And the rest were blinded.
And the rest were blinded. But I like the spot that we're in, right? All praises to the Father. How many of you like where you were at compared to where you were? All praises. I like our chances. I like our chances, right? All right? Romans 8 and 28. Romans 8 and 28. Okay, sorry.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 28. And we know that all things work together for the good to them that love the Most High, to them who are the called according to his purpose.
So the Christian church, man, they bring this one out right here. But they don't got the right understanding. Because they forget the part that it said to them who are called according to his purpose and to them that love God, because they don't keep the commandments. So this is talking about us. This fits us. And that's what I like about this verse, right? Because these 3 verses are specifically talking about those who are on their way to the kingdom, the elect. That's what we're dealing with. All right? Read on, verse 29.
For whom he did foreknow.
So he knew us from the beginning.
He also did predestinate.
Hold on. What does the word predestinate mean? Does anybody know that? Predestined or predestinate. Could anybody give me that definition? Say it again, sister. I want to get for edification on the mic.
That you are destined in advance.
You were chosen in advance. So before the Most High put you in the womb, before your father and your mother came together, all right? Before all that, the decision was made if you're going to get the kingdom or not. All right? If you're family. Right? That's what we're dealing with. That's how the Most High works. Foreknew, predestined. You got something for me, King?
She said the main one, and then it says foreordained or predetermined.
Predetermined. That's the one I like right there. Because that just cuts the chase, right?
I got one.
What you got?
Made firm beforehand.
Beforehand. All right? So, again, I'm going to repeat. Oh, let the elder, he got one too.
Yes. You can read Jeremiah chapter 1, read verse 5.
1 and 5. Yeah.
It says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. I made thee a prophet unto the nations.
Right. So there's the prophet Jeremiah speaking it right there. He said, I knew you before I put you in the womb, right? I knew that you was going to do this work. I knew that you was going to do this business. I knew that you were going to keep fighting. That's the main thing. It's only a fight. That's all it is. All right? It's a lot more tougher than a physical fight because it's a mental fight. And it's a lot more than a physical fight, but it's a spiritual, mental, and emotional battle. And it goes on for as long as you live. But again, we have to be, up until this point, we've been chosen. So are you going to look at the glass half empty or half full? I'd like to think to look at the glass half full. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to say that up until this point, we're the elect up until this point. All right? Without stepping out of my boundaries. All right? Because some people fall astray. But was that it, King? Oh, go ahead, King.
He also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren.
Right. So we've been conformed to the image of his son. We're continuing to be perfected and becoming more like Yahushua day by day, right? Verse 30.
Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. And whom he called, them he also justified. And whom he justified, them he also glorified.
Right. So, all praises to the Most High. Real talk. You got to really understand that verse to rejoice like she rejoicing. All right? He said, at the end of the day, no matter how hard that fight was, no matter how many times you fell, you got back up. All right? You asked for that grace. You asked for that mercy. You apologized, right? And then you made yourself available to others. All right? You were a listening ear for your brothers and sisters. All right? You was patient with your brothers and sisters. You did all of that. All right? You displayed all the fruits of the Spirit. You went through hell and back, and I got a reward for you. All right? So that's what the scriptures are saying, and I would like to think it's saying that about us. But we're going to be justified by the Father when it's all said and done. All right? Couple more scriptures. So this is what it means to be family first according to the scriptures. Let's get Sirach. You know what? Give me John chapter 17 real quick. And I want to talk about this chapter just real briefly. I'm going to close out soon. This is a priestly prayer that Yahushua is praying, though. The whole verse is Yahushua, and he's praying to the Most High. And guess who he's praying to the Most High about? Man, hey, give her the mic. Give her the mic. Real talk. Say it nice and loud for those online, sis.
All praises. The ones that he called to walk with him and the ones that they will reach.
Right.
All praise.
All praises in the spirit. She's right. It's talking about you. It's talking about us, like literally. All right? It's talking about the elect. It's talking about the remnant and the sacrifice that Yahushua made and how Yahushua doesn't love the whole world, but he only loves us that are doing the commandments. You see what I'm saying? And it's the same sentiment with the Father as well, right? Why? Because they're on one accord. They have one mind, all right? Yahushua is never thinking anything different from the Father and vice versa. And that's how we got to be, all right? You got to be so tapped into the Spirit to where, guess what? Okay, this is what the Scripture is saying. I'm going to adopt that mindset. I don't think anything different. This is what I'm agreeing on right here, all right? So I want to read the whole chapter, but we don't got time for that. But John 17 at home or during your reading time this week. I guarantee your spirit is going to be filled, all right? And you'll get excited. Let's get 17 and 9 real quick, though.
John chapter 17 and verse 9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world.
Read that again.
I pray for them.
For them, that's us, read.
I pray not for the world.
But not for everybody else, read.
But for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine.
For they are yours, Father. You see what I'm saying? This is intimate right here. You know what I'm saying? This is very, very intimate. All praises to the Father for that. So that's one of the ones that really stand out. But again, read John 17. It'll bless your spirit. Matthew 12, 46 through 50. The other Jay, give me Sirach 17 and 10, and then we done.
Matthew chapter 12 and verse 46.
Read.
While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him.
So they stood without. They stood with outside of the circle. Yahushua was dealing with some folk, right? But his mother and his brother came, and they stood without, outside that circle, right? Read on.
Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother? And who are my brethren?
Who is my mother and who is my brother? Read.
And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren.
And that's how the Most High is looking down at us right now. Behold, my mother and my brother. All right? So as far as I'm concerned, you guys are my mothers, my brothers, my sisters. You see what I'm saying? My uncles. All right? Because we've lost family coming into this thing, right? Yeah. But look how much more the Most High has blessed you with. We got father figures in this congregation, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to repeat that. We got literal father figures in this congregation that are actually fathering brothers that's not their own sons. For real, for real. And we have mothers that are doing the same thing. We have big sisters that are doing the same thing, all right, to the younger sisters, all right, and brothers and so on and so forth. So are we not family? Is this a family affair? Is it family first? All praises to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So read that 50 for me.
For whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother.
That's who family is. So we are family. All right? It's a song in the world that comes to mind. My brother, he already know. Like, look at BanaYah. But it goes a little something like this. We are family. I can't sing, but yeah. That's what we dealing with, though, in the spirit, though. We're family now, so it is what it is. I got your back, you got my back, right? Is it an even exchange? All praises, all praises. Last precept. Hey, who was that song by? Con. Yeah, I can't remember. I got to step to one of the old timers after class and get Sister Sledge? Con. All right, let's get Sly and the Family Stone. All right. Con. Hey, and we got the new and improved version, the 2022 version with Selah Soul, and it's called Family Affair. And we're going to play that after the lesson. AV, make sure that's the first song after the lesson. All right, let's get this last scripture so we can get to this fellowship.
Sirach chapter 17, verse 10.
Let me, real quick. Okay, I'm ready.
And the elect shall praise his holy name.
Read that again.
And the elect shall praise his holy name.
So let's act as if we're the elect. And after he read this last time, we're going to give a big applause to the Most High, right? Because we're going to praise his holy name. Read it again.
And the elect shall praise his holy name.
All praises to the Most High. That's my lesson, man. Shalam Yasharahla. Happy Sabbath day, all right? And Asar Kadash, happy 5th new moon.